So I am going to first, I'm going to tape off a perimeter along the edges to secure my board down. And I'm using a polystyrene sample board. And I do this for clients because it's worth it. I mean, to know exactly the nuance of the color that we may be choosing, instead of just saying, oh, we could do this in a lighter or a darker color, any color. I usually buy, you know, if we get real serious about one product and a color, a couple colors, I'll buy them in quarts and make some samples up, because let's face it, a lot of these products are kind of pricey, and you don't want there to be any surprises, whether it's for your own home or your client's home. So this is kind of like creating, just like you would, you know, go check out a wallpaper book, take it home and look at it in the space. You wouldn't just order the paper, you know, right from the store. You want to be able to take it home and look at it in the space and see how it plays with the light, etc., etc. So that's why I do these, and then they can keep them at the end of the project, and then they can bring them with them, maybe to the store, to look for accessories or fabrics or whatever. Okay, so this is the sample color of, this is really a fast way to do it, but sorry about it. Okay, so this is Shoji White. Okay. So the plaster I'm going to apply over this is a metallic plaster, or you could call it a metallic paint. It has more body than paint does, but you know, it's a very delicate plaster. So you could call it paint or plaster, or whatever you want to call it, but it is, I will put it on with the trowel, okay? And there's different ways to apply it, and because it's a directional product, the way you apply it is going to have an impact on the way the light plays off of it, okay? So I already know how I'm going to be doing that next step, but I wanted to show you, okay? So I'm going to let this dry. I have the fan, I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to apply my PERLAS Velvet. Okay, I'm starting with a base color of Shoji White, okay? And I'm gonna apply 2 coats of Shoji White and a product called PERLAS Velvet, and it's made by Meoded, okay? It's a really, really beautiful product, and I'm gonna apply it with a Japanese trowel in 2 passes. So when I say that, it means I'm going to put 1 application on, let it dry, and then put a 2nd application on, and then that would be the final application. So here's my Japanese trowel, making sure that it's clean. Sand off any imperfections. You don't want to have any dings out of the sides of your trowel, okay? So I'm going to take some of this plaster, and you see the body of it. It's not quite paint. It's not quite what you think of as traditional plaster, okay? But I refer to it as metallic plaster. Okay. And so I'm going to apply it both vertically and horizontally on this particular sample board. You can do it randomly, but for this one, I want a particular look. It's a little bit more kind of abstract. Okay, so now I have it on there, and now I'm just going to go back and forth until I get it the way I like it. You have to clean your trowel often, okay? And I'm going to put another coat on in the same manner. So, you know, I'm not terribly worried about the pattern right now, Okay, I want it to be uniform, but I see I missed a tiny little spot right there. I'm not gonna worry about it because I have a whole other pass to do with the same product. Okay, you could just keep messing around with this all day. But, you know, in the end, you're gonna do this on a wall and you want it to be manageable, okay? So to spend 20 minutes reworking this board when you have a whole room to do with four walls, you know, you just wanna be realistic about it, okay? So first pass is done. I'm gonna put a fan on it, let it dry, and then I'll do the second pass. Okay, the board is dry. I just wanted to show you from another angle what it looks like. So this is just a first pass. Trust me, this is gorgeous on the walls. It's understated. It's just very lovely. It reminds me a lot of moire, silk moire fabric. And actually, when I look at the actual board, when I look off to the side, when I look at it on the camera is exaggerating the pattern. It's actually more mellow than that in real life, but it's just gorgeous. Okay, so now I'm gonna do a second pass. Now this is going to be the second and final pass for this application. So I'm going to pay more attention, obviously, because this is the final product. I'm going to be a little more choosy about how it looks when I'm done. All right, I see I skipped some areas down here. You probably can see that. That's fine. Okay, so I'm doing a second pass now. And this product, just so you know, I just checked into the price. It's $235, I believe it is, a gallon. Okay, now that sounds like a lot, and it is a lot. But you see how far it goes. It really, you get a lot of look, and you can get a long way with this. The company told me that they, you know, if you call them and say, I have a room this many square feet, how many gallons do I need? They figure 200 square feet per gallon, which would be 2 passes. Okay, so I'm doing 2 passes. So if you have a, 1,000 square foot room, then you would need 5 gallons. Okay, it's a pretty big room. But you get the picture. I need to turn this fan off. It's driving too fast. Isn't that fun? And what I've found with this product is I have to not spend too much time on it because I actually like the look of less movement. I like the look of less movement than there's a lot of movement on this side. And part of that is it was drying and I couldn't manipulate it. But because I'm doing 4 walls, so this is, this sample board is for a project. For a client. So I know how big the walls are, I know how much movement I want it to have, and so I'm doing what I think is right for that particular room. Okay. Oh, it's so pretty. It is just gorgeous. And like I said, I know this product is pricey. It is. But, oh, I mean, if you were to have this put on in wallpaper, I'm almost certain it would cost quite a bit more. Because you know, wallpaper is a pain, and you have to, I'm gonna stop. And you have to, prep the walls, blah, 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 apply it, eventually you have to pay for somebody to install it. So the product here on the front end is expensive, but the look is amazing, and there are no seams. It's an amazing product. Okay, the second pass is dry, and I have a spotlight on it, so I'm going to turn this off so you can kind of see maybe a little bit better. Okay, normally you would be viewing it on a wall, right? So that is Meoded Perlas Velvet. Here are two completed samples, two different colors. Again, it's reading a lot more harsh than it really is showing in real life, but it's so hard to tape or photograph anything that has a shimmer to it. This is really gorgeous, and I'm looking forward to doing this at my client's house.